Welcome to Pop C with Sandra Zee. I'm your host, Sandra Zee. Today I'm going to be discussing celebrity culture, representation, and the ideal. Why do we follow celebrities? Why do we love them? And why do we care? Tiger Woods, Brittany Murphy, Charlie Sheen, the Jonas Brothers, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga. Just a few of the celebrities that we as real people follow. In fact, we're so obsessed with celebrity culture that we get breaking news to our iPhones, Blackberries, MP3 players, iPods. We buy glossy tabloid magazines. We read gossip columns. And we talk about it at that moment at the water cooler with our coworkers. We talk about them at home with our families, on MSN and Skype with our friends. We update our Facebook about their lives. We tweet about them. We follow their every move. We watch them get into relationships, get out of them, have parties, go to parties, make movies, have breakdowns. Why is that? Why do we care so much? Sandra Zee has the answers. Part of why we care so much is because of our innate fascination with what we are not, what we don't have. What does that mean? Basically, some may argue we are never truly happy. We have straight hair, we want curly hair. We're short, we want to be taller. We have a small bust, we want a bigger bust. Much of the way the media has been formulated is to project images of the ideal. The ideal man, woman, child. So we see these ideal images and say, wow, I want to look like that. I want to be like that. And even if we don't explicitly voice our wishes for a changed face or body, we do feel somewhat self-conscious, and this could be the result of seeing those images of the ideal person, you know, with the perfect face, the perfect body, the perfect partner, great job, lots of money in the celebrity culture. Much of these images we know are highly manufactured. There is Photoshop and airbrushing and many more computer graphics that can change a person's look in an instant to make them appear desirable, wanted, and most of all, the ideal. But even though we know this, we're still enamored and obsessed with celebrities and their lives. This has been proven through magazine sales, blog hits, merchandise purchases, and overall consumption of a culture that is built upon projecting an image. Many times we see the fall of celebrities and controversy ensues. We have heard many stories about celebrities who have been involved in domestic violence and abuse of their spouses and partners. Some examples of celebrities who have been aggressors and victims in this cycle include Ike and Tina Turner, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, and most recently, Chris Brown and Rihanna, Tiger Woods and Ellen, and Charlie Sheen and Brooke Sheen. These individuals make headlines for the violence that they engaged in, and the public demands to know what happened, why did it happen, and what were they going to do about it. As quickly as we become attached to celebrities, they can just as easily be vilified and hated at a moment's notice. A current great example of this is Tiger Woods. He was seen as the all-American golden boy, right? He was a family man, the greatest golfer that ever lived, and most of all, a role model, the ideal. By his own admission, his infidelities have tarnished this image, and as a result, corporations have now cut ties with him. Public opinion of him is at an all-time low, yet we are still talking about him. So doesn't this saga make us continuously obsessed with the events that transpired? Are we not part of the problem? In essence, what we may have is a voyeuristic public that looks, gazes, and then ultimately formulates their opinion based upon what they believe to be true over what may actually be true. Many have argued that the public wants celebrities to fail, but Sandra Zee doesn't believe that to be the case. I believe the public is relatively knowledgeable and interested in the activities of celebrities because this is the way in which we have been socialized via the media that transmits this information to us. It's up to us, in a certain respect, to decipher what we believe to be real, truthful, and what isn't. In my final point, I want to address the MTV show Jersey Shore. As you may well have heard, it is causing quite an uproar in its apparent dissemination of Italian-American stereotypes. But what bothers me more so about the show is not its underlying theme or if it makes for good TV, The problem is on a recent episode, Nicole Polizzi, nicknamed Snooki, was punched in the face by a male bar patron after arguing over drinks. This is unacceptable. And what is even more upsetting was that MTV decided not to air the clip for fear of what people might think. That's the problem. By not showing what happened to the public, in a sense that is censoring the issue of violence, and more specifically, violence against women. The youth who watch the show may see the before and after, and many may wonder all of a sudden, what happened? Why wasn't it shown? Unlike most reality TV shows that are scripted, this scene was not. It was real and needs to be discussed. We could learn a couple of important lessons from this episode. Specifically that violence in all its forms is unacceptable, and most of all that censorship, to a certain extent, is also unacceptable. It leads to gossip and controversy and misinformation, which is highly problematic. We are real people who experience real things, and we have a right to know what is going on in our culture. If we consume it, we should definitely have a say in how it is being transmitted to us. This was Sandra Zee signing off from Pop C with Sandra Zee. Happy New Year to all of Sandra Zee's fans. I look forward to sharing with you many more intriguing pop culture stories in 2010.